Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mex Mundo kitchen. Today's recipe is for some delicious homemade dark chocolate, red wine, smoky sea salt truffles. They are absolutely delicious. They're the best. Christmas is soon here. I'm reminding you guys so you can start doing your shopping with time. Just joking. But well, these actually make a really nice gift for Christmas for teachers, for neighbors, for family members, anyone you want to give. It's not expensive to make them. They're super easy and it's a nice homemade gift. So I hope you guys enjoy the recipe. The ingredients you need to make your chocolate truffles are 150 milliliters of whipping cream. The equivalent is 3/4 of a cup. 300 grams of chocolate, dark chocolate in our case. The equivalent is 10.5 ounces. 50 milliliters of red wine. The equivalent is 3.5 tablespoons. And a pinch of smoky sea salt. If you can't find the smoky version, you can use regular sea salt. And for the coating of our truffles, I'm going to be using ground almonds, cacao powder, and chocolate sprinkles. Okay, so let's get started with this super easy and delicious recipe. I was asking for smoky sea salt for the recipe, which is this nice brown one. It has a different flavor. The smokiness obviously changes the flavor of the salt. It's not super intense, but I like it especially in chocolate. If you can't find smoky sea salt, just use regular sea salt, no problem. All you need is a pinch. That's enough to make the sweetness in the chocolate really pop out. But if you don't want to add any salt at all, that's also an option. You can take out the salt. The chocolate now. I'm using chocolate bars. You can use chocolate chips. You need the chocolate just to be in really small pieces because when you melt it, the smaller the pieces, the easier the hot cream will be for melting the chocolate. The chocolate quality is completely up to you guys. If you have a huge budget, you can splurge in a very expensive decadent chocolate. And if you have a lower, that you can't spend so much money, you're really on a tight budget, any chocolate will do good. I mean, these truffles are so yummy, you can't really tell. It's up to you guys how much you want to spend on chocolate. And well, let's get started. All you need is a small saucepan, and in there you're going to put your whipping cream and you're going to heat it up. Once it starts boiling, you turn it off and you're going to pour it over your chocolate, which is already in a bowl. Like I said, small pieces so that the melting is faster. And you're just gonna let it rest there so that the hot cream starts melting the chocolate. And you can let it rest for a minute or two, or if you need a bit longer, then longer. Once you see it starts melting, add your sea salt in there and give it a whisk. And you're also going to add your wine in there. And again, give it a whisk. You want everything to mix well. Basically, you're making a ganache. So once this ganache is set, just let it cool down a little bit. You can cover it with plastic film, and then we're going to put it in our refrigerator. We want the ganache to harden. You need the hard ganache to make your truffles. And then we're set to start with the next step. Okay, so the chocolate is done, or the ganache is more solid. It's been in the fridge for a little bit over 2 hours. And the next step is super simple. With either a Parisian scoop or a melon ball, or however you want to call it, or even also a cookie scoop, you're gonna get some portions out, round portions. And with the use of your hands, you can help yourself and make the ball as round as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then you're gonna set them on a tray. You can line it with some wax paper or baking paper. Once you're done making all your balls, all your truffles, you're going to put them in the fridge just for a few minutes so that they're not so melty anymore, because hands can be quite hot. If you're one of these people that has super hot hands, sometimes using gloves helps. Maybe you don't like using gloves, so it's okay. It's a bit messy, but you can just wash them after. Once the truffles have been in the fridge for a few minutes, you can take them out, and then the coating process starts. So in separate balls, put the toppings that you want. In my case, it would be the almonds, the cacao powder, and the chocolate sprinkles. So once they're out of the fridge, you just roll them around in whichever coating it is you want, and then they're ready to either be put in little boxes or trays or however you want to present them. Okay, so we are done with these super yummy truffles. They are honestly insanely good. I really like them. Let me show you guys how they look. I have to stand on my tippy toes because I'm very short, and I think it's hard for you guys to see me, but let's see. See how pretty they are? With the amount of ingredients I gave you, they were 23 truffles, and it completely depends on the size you make them. I didn't weigh them. You can weigh them, but to be honest, I think it's a bit of a it's a bit hectic. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to my hands. When you're first rolling them, your hands are a complete mess, and to be weighing each little truffle is just, I think it's not really needed. You just kind of eyeball it and manage. You can, if the truffle isn't perfect, once you're coating it, you can start balling it again and they won't stick to your hand, so that's really good. But otherwise, it's about 23 or probably more truffles you guys can manage to make. And these are so good for, like I mentioned, for Christmas, for Valentines, for Mother's Day, for a birthday, for every day. They are really, really good and super easy to make. So I hope you enjoy the recipe. I hope you enjoy making it. Don't forget to subscribe, to support me with your subscription, to share with friends, to share the video. And I'll see you guys in the next video.